Yo, this is what it looked like from the other side of the street, yo. Trash is everywhere. It's been, yo, you can't even walk down the sidewalk. Look, they got the news out here reporting on this. I have to cross the street for y'all so y'all can really see. It's ridiculous. It's so much trash. Strong almost taller than the gate. Philly looking crazy. It smells so bad. Imagine all the people that live right here, yo. You can't even walk down the sidewalk. You can't even walk down the sidewalk, yo. It's so much trash. Look, what's this? Action News, Channel 6. Yo, you can't. This is crazy. People just pulling up, dropping it off. Like, I know they houses gonna be stinking. Think about it. It's the 4th of July weekend. It's about to be so much trash out here.
Don't. I ain't got time to worry about this. Fuck what they doing. And what they doing is not adequately paying the men and women who make this city move. And that's all. You know what I mean? And I understand the frustration, and I get it. I get it. I started over right here making $25,000 a year. I know what it is. You know what I mean? And I had to work my to get where I'm at. But now that I'm in where I'm at, I want to make sure that other people can have an opportunity to get their couple of hours too. We all supposed to come up together. We ain't supposed to be. Me. I'm here and all y'all here, and is up here and all y'all. There's something wrong with that. Something wrong with that. And so I'm 100% behind all of our members in every single department. This is truly a whole District Council 33 deal. Every department in unison. So I appreciate what y'all doing. Just don't want to get put up in that unnecessarily. If they come out here with some bull.
You want a break or you got it? Hey, kitties. Hey. Oh, 4 entry to the car. Hey, buddy. It's okay. Hey. Yeah. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Oh, you're hot. Come here. It's okay. Oh, they are. Got some water for me. It's okay.
He was kind of panty.
Yeah, we got somebody check him out.
Find some AC.
It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby.
And that was at 12:24 they entered?
And that was approximately about 12:24 when they entered the mall?
7-4.
Okay.
7-4, thank you.
Yeah, they have him on camera getting out. He left the car at 12:24, so they've been in there the whole time.
12:24?
Yeah, and we got here probably at 1:03.
Take some.
How y'all doing and welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player around here, you can get some for you and them little babies by clicking the Get link on the website. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, click around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link's down there in the description. I need you liking, sharing, telling somebody about a player. We try to get the thumbs up over 500 in every show so we can do something to the algorithm. Listen, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got $, top and bottom. Willie Williams Show, that is the cash app. And if you just so happen to hit that super chat, please don't go over $5 because the player don't know if he getting it or not. They say I get 30, they say that they get 70. God damn it, I think they getting a whole 100. Remember, the midday news show, if you can't watch it with your eyes and you can't use your peripherals and see a player, big word, I hear any goddamn screen. We do got a thing called a podcast on Anchor and Spotify, the Willie Williams Show. Please follow me on IG and Twitter at the WW Show. Appreciate y'all. Tennessee is in the building. The ATL is in the house. What it do? Oh, shout out to Melvin for the $4 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Starting early. Thank you. Y'all come on in, sit yourselves on down. Don't be afraid. Detroit is up in this thing. So the Bronx, New York is up in this bitch. Say what problem past that leg of these 30 minutes of fire. What it do? Damn it. What was that right there? Virginia Beach, Virginia is up in the house. Say Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Hump Day, DFW on the check-in. Willie, how you feeling? I don't know. I think I'm coming down. I think I might be coming down with a little something. South Carolina, the 803 is up in the building. Michigan is up in the house. Come on in. Come on in. Maryland is up in this thing. And as we know, they're not sending out them notifiers. They're not sending out them notifiers. Y'all know how they treat a player. I just need your support. Come on in here. Support a player. If you like the show, like it. If you don't, like it. Damn it, do both. Sugarland, Texas is up in the building. Say hashtag Willie say hush. What it do? What it do? Ohio is up in the building. Come on in. I say coming in late. Hello, everybody. Everybody in the chat room. Best room in the house. Thank y'all for joining the player. Oh, man, I really do appreciate that right there. I'm yawning already. It's hot outside. It's hot outside. I had looked out there. But I ain't going out there. It's too hot right now. I got to wait till the clouds cover the sun. Clouds cover the sun. Say the 407 is up in the building. What it do? The 757 is up in the house. Come on. Nevada is up in this thing. What it do? He say the baby hair is getting out of control out here. That's what's up. Listen, we got some news. We got some news. Maybe you can use or maybe not. Just damn it, you gonna be entertained. You gonna be entertained. The 334 to Muckatown is up in the building. Say the 662 Mississippi is up in the house. The 912 is up in the building. Y'all, come on in and hit the thumbs up button. Do not be afraid. We at 64 right now. Hell, I really ain't got nothing poignant to say. Really, no, we just gonna talk. We just gonna talk about these shows. We just gonna talk about the stories that's out here in these streets. Y'all, we also streaming live everywhere. We is these colors right here. The purple, the green, and the blue. We also streaming live over there. Y'all know that around here on YT, I cannot say those other places because they're gonna get upset. So I can't say it. I could just point you to it. I could point you in the right direction. And call out the colors. Purple, green, and blue. If you mix them all together, it's black. I don't know. Shout out to the 414. Kill Walker is checking on in the place to be for the midday news. 2 days after hip replacement surgery, feeling good on these meds. I do understand being on that good dope. That hospital dope, the best dope. They not giving you no cut. They giving you some straight raw. It go ahead on to hit you immediately. You feel great. You feel special. You do feel special. And hopefully you recover. In good spirits and all that from the hip replacement. That's what's up. Detroit is up in the building. What it do? Pennsylvania's up in the house. Come on. Help play out. It's 71 past the hour. I looked at a few things. I saw a few things. What I have here, let me refresh that. Let me get that right there. Bam. Got to refresh that. Play catch up around here with that. Slide that. Do that. Push that. Bam. I am Willie Williams. Y'all go ahead on and go to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Subscribe to the website. Please remember, subscribe. Push the bell. If you don't push the bell, when they're sending out the notifiers, you will not get the notifiers because you did not push the bell. Please also remember to go to the Willie Williams Show 7 channel, the number 4 channel, the Accept and Agree channel. Bam. You say you're going to watch other medias. You say Willie banging on air, colors. Banging on air. That's what's up. You say, I am a nightmare. I'm a nightmare talking, social media hawking. That was that good song from back in the day. Shout out to Jermaine for the $1 cash out for the midday support. I appreciate that right there. You say, you did a lot yesterday. Say, take your time. Say, have some tea and protect your throat so you can participate on Friday. That's what's up. That's what's up. I had got me some, damn it. Well, that's some new tea. I had ordered some black tea, but I haven't tried out the black tea. Maybe I tried it out today. You say turkey cheese and cracker on my plate. Say waiting on rye. Waiting on rain. Waiting on rain. That's what's up. I hope that it rained in Florida because it need to cool down. It really need to cool down. And one thing about Florida, when it get hot, when it's really hot and it's hot consistently, that's what take the temperature up out there in the water, and then it ends up we be having hurricanes, and we got to start all over again once it come on around there and hit us and tear us up. Yeah, no, it do that. That's what's up. Say you going for 20? No. Nope. I might get 5 out today. I have no idea, but I'm not going for 20. We not doing that right there. Oh no. Listen, we finna just go ahead on and jump on into it. I see 86 with the thumbs up. And I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all know we need to go ahead on and hit 100, but I ain't need much gonna hold you. I'm just finna let y'all get this good news. Man. And if y'all new around here, subscribe. Tell somebody about the player. Shout out to DJ for the $14 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Oh, I forgot. I also need to spread awareness. I have to spread awareness for my GoFundMe. If you all would like to support a player with my GoFundMe, like y'all be supporting other people on GoFundMe and stuff like that right there, go ahead on and do that right there. Bam. Let me click that. I push that in there. Pin that to the top. I didn't find the Bentley. I did not find the Bentley. I am looking at a Honda Odyssey right now. That's crazy. And it's going for 7. It may have transmission problem, but we really ain't tripping on that right there. You can get old transmission, but like 6, 7. That ain't nothing. Take about 10 hours to go ahead on and do that right there. Come on up, make a good flip. Get you about 4. Hell, because everything else look good. Get you about 45 out of it. Get you about 45 out of it with a little, maybe 10 to 12 hours worth of work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the next time I see that Bentley, I am going to save that doggone bit. I don't know how I let that Bentley get away from me. That is just crazy. I just ain't got no more room for cars, though, man. It's well, I can make room. I can make room. I think I'm going to have to buy me some type of, I may have to get me a storage. I might have to get me a storage just for cars. I may have to get me a storage for cars. Got to be more good. I'm doing too much. You say, sell me one. I see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Bam, they selling the AC machine. I got to buy me another AC machine. I'm doing too much. Yes, I am. What is we looking like? Let me go on and refresh, because I think that y'all done already hit. Oh, no, look at y'all. Look at y'all with the 99. Come, well, here, I might as well just wait on y'all then. Y'all go ahead on and hit the like one more time. Say down here in Myrtle Beach, Pastor trying to relax, listening to the show. That's what I'm talking about. Relax, relate, release. I think the relate thing. Give y'all a pat on the back. Y'all done hit 100. By 17 past the hour, man. Thank y'all for joining the player on this wonderful July the 9, 20 to 25. Y'all stay safe out here. Stay alive. And here, just give yourselves a pat on the back because you is still alive. Y'all, please remember, go around here. Run on around here to Pleasant Candles. PleasantCandles.com. Y'all see that thing spinning around there in the corner? PleasantCandles.com. It's the biggest, the hugest, the largest candle company in the world. Craig. Trying to tell you something. We have multiple fragrances. Everything is Willie poured. Nothing is third party. Everything comes from my warehouse to your house. I'm trying to tell you something. Everything smell good. Multiple fragrances. And if you would like for your area to smell better than it does right now, just go around here. PleasantCandles.com. Thank y'all. Let's go ahead on and get into some news. You say Willie used to shop on QVC. You remember QVC? And wait. Is QVC still on TV? I think QVC still come on out here, man. God, it feel good to like be old. We're not old. We ain't saying like old. It feel good to be older. We ain't all old. And like when people say old, in my mind, that points to like you down bad, you decrepit or something, and you got health problems and shit like that. But that that, damn it, don't put that spirit on me. Don't put that spirit on me. We ain't old around here. We older. We old. Well, I'm older. I ain't with that little old shit. Nope, I do not accept that. I do not accept that. Y'all, they keep talking about it. So we finna keep talking about it because these are some things that you all need to know. A lot of y'all may be going through this. A lot of y'all is about to go through this. Depends on your situations out here in these streets. Potential cuts to the SNAP benefits raises concerns. It raises concerns. And I watched this video. I made it my business to go ahead on and watch this video because when we're talking about stamps and feeding people, and I kind of went in yesterday, and I want y'all to know that that's exactly how I feel. I'm not changing. I'm not changing. I call it black failure because it is failure. This ain't the first time that prices is going up and food is expensive and all that shit. It's been expensive for years. It's been expensive for years, and we still ain't learned, and we still have not changed our spending habits. So that's black failure. Hell, that's everybody failure because everybody, the prices is up, and a whole bunch of people from every other culture is running to the food banks. Y'all know what's crazy, though? I pretty much only see... I don't see any videos. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but I don't see any videos of our Asian brothers and sisters going to like the food banks and stuff like that. Why is that though? I'm gonna say it again. I don't see a lot of Asians going to the food banks. I don't see videos of the Asians going to the food banks. The majority of the people who I see going to the food banks, the ones who was on videos, is black folk and white folk. But in those videos, it's a small number of white folks. Small number of white folks. It's over 90% black people in the videos. And that's why I call it black failure. It is what it is. But anyway, I listened to this story and I'm like, so she's just going to say that right there. Here we go.
The passage of President Trump's massive tax and spending bill is raising concerns that tens of...
How many of y'all like her ponytail? I like her hairdo today.
Thousands of people in our region are at risk of losing their SNAP benefits.
I said a ponytail. It's not a ponytail. It's a bun, right? It's a bun thing, but I meant to say I like the whole hairdo. How many of y'all like that? Go ahead.
Those benefits provide food assistance for low-income families and the elderly. News 4's Mark Seagrace spoke to advocates who are afraid that thousands of our most vulnerable neighbors could find themselves unable to put food on the table.
Close to 500,000 people in our region depend on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
It's a French roll. It's a French roll, the Afro Puff. Okay. Hold on. Willie, people used to not buy what they couldn't afford. People didn't used to buy what they couldn't afford. Shut out credit. They say people live like that now, and that's why people can't live on what they make. Facts. And this is why back when our grandmothers and grandfathers and our great-grandmothers and grandfathers, they didn't have these problems because they didn't have this thing called credit. If you couldn't buy it, if you can't pay for it, you couldn't buy it. If you didn't have the funds, you couldn't get it.
Food on the table.
Close to 500,000 people in our region depend on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP benefits, to feed their families. Rada Mathia with Capital Area Food Bank worries the changes to eligibility passed by congressional Republicans and President Trump will leave thousands of those families unable to provide healthy meals.
They said the changes of eligibility. What is the changes of eligibility?
The early estimates that the Urban Institute has provided so far suggest 50,000 of those 480,000 individuals stand to lose benefits and stand to lose about $170 a month in those benefits.
Think about those people is about to lose or stand to lose $170 worth of benefits a month. Just think about you. You don't even get benefits. So, like, do we really care? Bitch, I can't get no benefits. Huh? We already losing because we can't get it for free. We losing.
That's significant. $170 a month for a family of four is.
And y'all know that it's not families of four. It's not listen, like I told y'all, single mothers and children, it's families. It's not mom, dad, children. No. The majority of what they're talking about is mother and children.
It's, many, many meals. It's over a week's worth of meals a month that they're now going to receive less of.
Mathia tells News 4 food banks were already stretched thin before these cuts were approved.
Oh, I'm sure we won't be able to keep up with the demand. That's a significant level of meals, shortage and a gap of meals. We've been distributing about 60 million meals worth of food each year in the last few years, and that's double what we...
60 million meals. Do y'all know, I would say that the majority of that is poor decision making that you would need to go to the food banks. I would say probably about 60% of that is poor decision making. Shout out to Roshan for the $1 cash app. You say grew up on a ranch. You say didn't need grocery store. That's what I'm talking about. See, when you can grow your food. Go ahead.
We were distributing pre-pandemic, so you can see that the need remains really high across our community.
Ava Ross provides support for women who are victims of domestic violence. She worries women who lose their SNAP benefits might be reluctant to leave a dangerous relationship because they would be unable to feed their children.
So you mean by them being able to feed themselves? Oh, well. So you mean by them being subsidized by the government, which is their man, that if they is in a domestic love relationship, they will be less likely to leave a domestic love relationship if they other man cut off the food. I think that they should stay in a domestic love relationship if they other man cut off the food, and then maybe in that domestic love relationship, maybe the respect will come back in the relationship. Because y'all do understand that subsidies come from the men who made the laws, right? So that's their boyfriends. While they have a boyfriend or a husband, a boyfriend. This has allowed women to be disrespectful with the person who they chose to be in a relationship with.
It's going to increase the risk of them possibly returning or either staying in an abusive relationship.
If they cut the food stamps, it's going to risk them returning to the relationship that they chose. So if I cut your stamps, bitch, you can't. Hell, first of all, you're on stamps because you can't not afford to be able to feed the children, right? And you still get to keep the children. They don't get the children to see the father. Got it. But father get to be on child support. Anyway. But now with the new dude, he cut your stamps. You got to make your relationship work. Oh, man. No. Say it ain't so. The thing about this domestic love stuff that people will not tell y'all is that y'all mouths is getting y'all in trouble. Again, it goes back to decision making. Opening your mouths has a reaction.
Increase the risk of them possibly returning or either staying in an abusive relationship.
So then the government should not cut off SNAP or make changes to SNAP to where funding gets cut because of domestic love situations that they put themselves in. Wow. Think about this right here too. Watch this. The majority of these women who is getting stamps, they not with their baby daddies. They with a new dude. I want y'all to think about it. They with a new dude. Typically, these dudes don't live with her. Typically, the dudes that they pick does not have their own apartments. Typically, a woman who is getting food stamps and have multiple children, they typically have a Section 8 or they living on their own and low income with food stamps. Now they have the boyfriend. Now they is in a domestic love relationship. So you trying to tell me that if they cut the stamps, she would not put him out? Or if she put him out, she's going to have him to come on back around here. I thought that y'all was saying like these dudes is sorry dudes and these dudes not paying bills and shit. Oh man, that just destroyed y'all arguments. Huh? So there is picking dudes who at least have a couple dollars to go ahead on and buy grocery then. I thought these dudes were sorry. Shout out Profit Made for the $2 cash up. Say sounds like she crying for illegal. Say starve them. That's what's up.
Because of the sheer necessities that they had.
The legislation.
So they'll go back due to the sheer necessities that they have, and they won't leave. They won't leave these relationships if the stamps get cut. That's kind of like a job, ain't it? You say that your job is treating you like crap. You won't leave, right? Because you need your job. They treat you like crap, but you get a paycheck. You won't leave your job until you at least find another one, right? Yeah. Shout out to Weedy 504 for the $2 super chat. He say food stamps want them to work 80 hours a month to keep it. That's the new stipulations. There it is. Remember the food stamps requirements did not affect and or have standards on the ones who had the children. The people who didn't have children, they had to work or look for work a certain amount of hours. Yeah. Now, since they put stipulations on, even the ones with children, you got to do something for them. That's the problem. That's the whole problem. So y'all want us to continue to give y'all money, but y'all don't want to work for this money? That's a problem. I like that right there. Them food stamps want to. They want you to work. Bitch, you got to do something instead of just keep laying up on your back producing children.
Also requires states to fund a portion of those SNAP benefits, placing further financial burdens on local governments already dealing with budget shortfalls.
If they got budget shortfalls, then they need to continue to cut. We ain't got the money. We ain't got the money. I wish that and this why I'm not like a politician. Should have just be cut, y'all. Hey, it got to be cut. We ain't got the money. Simple. We do too much of thinking, but a lot of times we be putting money in shit. We be putting too much money in things that really don't need all that damn money. 50 million in that. We could have done that shit for 15. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. What is we doing?
Mark Seagraves, News 4.
But that is just a part of the story that I was like, so they're gonna stay in relationships that they had done chose if they boyfriend stop buying them food. Got it. That's what's up. It makes sense. Now listen, I have not seen a story about this in the great state of Florida. My state, stay in your ground state, but please go home state, please don't run up, win 55 life state. I didn't see one until today, and I'm like, not Florida going through the SNAP problem too. Here we go.
Next up here tonight, the cuts to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as SNAP, now part of President Trump's big, beautiful bill. ABC Action News reporter Eric Waxler is dedicated to covering every part of Pasco County. And tonight, Eric is listening to how those cuts are impacting people in his area and learning who is stepping in to help even more.
Oh, somebody finna help.
For Pearl Tillery, it's all a bad combination. The high cost of groceries and housing, and now cuts to some of the programs she relies on.
This is the type of world that we live in, to where, you know, you're actually worried about where my next meal is coming from.
She said it's the actual world we live in. You worried about. Is all these her children?
When it comes to groceries, Pearl and her family of 5 have gotten assistance from SNAP, but now
Pearl and her family of 5. Ain't no man there. Didn't I have done told y'all? They considered family, mother, and children. This, I think this is her mother. Her family of 5. She got a nice hairdo, though. She got a nice new do. That's what's up. Because why wouldn't she? Is y'all also paying attention? I just saw it. I don't know if y'all see that right there. Hold on. Let me refresh my thing. Listen, as y'all come on in, y'all would need the thumbs up. I need support. I need for y'all to be pushing for Willie. I need for you to hit that like button. I need for you to hit that share button. What is we doing? Don't make me look bad out here. Don't make me look bad. Hold on. Say, can you please turn the live chat replay on for the people that miss the live sometimes? The live chat replay, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I didn't even know that was a thing for the replay. Like, I really didn't know. But anyway. She said one of the kids hiding. No. That baby, they're driving Lexus. She has her Lexus key. Right there. Bam. Right there. Shout out to C-No for the 499 super chat. You say, so Willie, you saying if a baby get peed in, they will make better decisions. Wait. If a baby get peed in, they would make better decisions. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Here we go.
now there are major cuts to that program, and Pearl says her monthly stipend is already down about $400 a month.
Her monthly stipend is down $400. It's that they took $400 away. I wonder how much was she getting?
It's like adding on another bill that is difficult, especially when I'm being a single mom.
Oh, it's difficult being a single mom, but you kept having children.
Show about 70,000 people in Pasco County use SNAP benefits and use that money for other monthly expenses like utilities and rent. Opponents of the SNAP cuts included in President Trump's big, beautiful bill say...
Stop. Did they say that you can use or she was using, or other people using stamps for their lights?
About 70,000 people in Pasco County use SNAP benefits and use that money for other monthly expenses like utilities and rent.
So the SNAP benefits is not just food stamps? Oh, I forgot you can get that little money. What is the money called that you can get on your SNAP card? Damn it. Come on. Y'all help play out there. It's called something else. It's a money portion. Hell, she probably was getting $1,200 in damn stamps out here in these streets. It's a doggone shame. The housing assistance part, but the TCA, the AFDC, the TAF or the TANF, yeah. Yeah, they're using that money. Listen. So not only do you get food, you get money to pay for lights and rent.
For other monthly expenses like utilities and rent.
Utilities and rent is lights and water. Lights, water, and rent.
Opponents of the SNAP cuts included in President Trump's big, beautiful bill say the elderly and children will be hurt the most.
We go through so much food in a day. We help a lot of people in a day.
The elderly, listen, they will still be able to feed the people who can't work if the people who can work stop having all these damn children. No. Let me back that there up. We need to stop feeding people who having children that they can't afford.
Newport Richie says with federal cuts to food banks and the SNAP program, they are seeing more people in need in recent months.
The eggs, the cheese, the milk, all have been taken away.
Y'all understand the eggs, the cheese, and the milk is unhealthy. I just want y'all to understand. I do understand that it can feed you to get you by. I do get it. But it is unhealthy.
All have been taken away.
CEO Jeannie Santopoulos says so many different people are affected.
They're either low income, homebound, either recently lost their job, cut back in food stamps, just...
For the people who just recently lost their jobs, I keep trying to tell y'all, when y'all is dependent, when you is dependent on one stream of income, when you dependent on that right there, and you not making the proper decisions, you was not saving your goddamn money. That's the proper decisions. Saving your money, because on that day, the way they call you into the office, you know we gotta damn it, we gotta lay you off, we having cutbacks, we got to fire you, we got to let you go. What are you going to do? Think about that right there today. If you lose your job right now, the job that you own right now, watching the Willie Williams show, if you lose your job, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? How much money do you have saved? How much money do you have a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year saved? We don't even be thinking that goddamn far. Nope.
In general, like, some of them are now home for the summer, so there is a big cutback. And
we know that children is going to be home for the summer every summer. We don't even plan for that. The children is going to be home for the summer. We do not plan for it. We know school is going to end. We do not plan for it. I already told y'all how y'all need to be buying food and feeding the goddamn children. You get the 50 to the 100 pound rice bags, and then, which they say that rice not good for you either, but goddamn it, it is what it is. You get a whole bunch of beans. Damn it, they 27 cents in the bag. Y'all supposed to be stocking up on this shit all year. But no, you want to get cupcakes and shit for your children.
Kids eat more.
Hold up.
Are now home for the summer, so there is a big cutback, and the kids eat more.
And the kids eat more. Let me explain to you why kids eat more, because we're not in control. We're not in control of the food of our children's food consumption. And yes, they do eat more because they're home. I'm going to agree that they eat more because they at home, but I'm not talking about that eat more. I'm talking about the eat more that they overeating and shit, and they just get a chance to eat whenever they want to. They need to be on the schedule, just like the schools got them on the schedule. That way you can prep and prepare. You can prepare meals for your children. Don't just let them run in and out that goddamn Frigidaire. Don't let them do it. You have to control the situation. You should be a dictator in your home, but society be like, you shouldn't be a dictator. Let them children do what they want to do. Yeah.
Pearl turns to food banks, churches, and smart shopping to keep food on the table for her family.
They said Pearl turned to food. I just listened to them. Pearl turned to food banks. There's a word that he just used. Food banks.
To food banks, churches, and smart shop.
Churches and smart shopping. She is still the one that they cut the $400 off her stamps, right? She turned to smart shopping. Can't make this up. You say, Willie, you're right. Parents need to control how much their children eat. When I came up, we could not just be eating all day unless it was a peanut butter sandwich. There it is. Hey, yeah. You could not keep going in and out of mama, daddy, them Frigidaire. You know, close my goddamn Frigidaire. Get out that kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy though. It's crazy. Yes, and this is why the obesity rate is so goddamn high. This is why children has poor nutrition. We are not controlling the food anymore. Why? Especially in a single parent household. Because if she got to work, if she's not paying attention, if she's just tired that day, if she's just tired that week, she don't have to prepare food. Hell, them children grown enough to go ahead and eat what they want to eat. You right.
To keep food on the table for her family. She's also working with One Community Now for assistance and training to have a job here where she can help others during what's becoming an even more difficult time.
Why don't by now she knows how to buy groceries and make groceries last? Remember, they said that she's going to food banks, churches, and smart grocery facilities or some shit like that right there. And she gets stamps. Why is you feed your food goes really, really fast because y'all eating 3 times a day, between 3 and 5 times a day, because y'all also, because in the American society, we have been led to believe that breakfast, lunch, and dinner and a snack in between. Huh? I'm just saying. They taught us how to kill ourselves. It may be slow, but they taught us how to kill ourselves. Shout out to C-No for the 499 super chat. He say, Willie remembers getting your ass out my refrigerator. I'm trying to tell you something. Boy, you get cussed. Boy, oh, you get slapped in the back of your head. Boy, get out. Goddamn refrigerator. Play like that right there. He say Roman noodles and peanut butter are very inexpensive at Walmart. Stop letting these kids hang around in the house all day in the summertime when they came up after our choirs. Oh, when they came up after our chores, we had to go outside and play. That's a fact. You could not lay up in it. And hell, back when I was coming up, we barely had air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? So outside was like a beautiful thing. Anyway, but now these children, they like to sit up in doggone households and suck up the AC, run up your light bill and shit. You know. This makes no sense. At certain ages, at our ages, that lady got 4 children. We don't know how to shop yet. You don't know how to stretch $100? I know what y'all think. Willie, how in the hell you stretch $100? Food too goddamn high. Man, you can make $100 do a whole bunch of things. I do understand that we be lying, y'all. We be lying. You can feed people with $100. Don't get it twisted. Cook big pots of meal prep. Measure your rice. Stop throwing away food. $100 can go a long way. Now, I know what y'all thinking, but don't nobody like to eat the same thing every day. If your ass broke and poor, the only thing you is concerned about is eating. Not whether you can eat different food. It's whether you eat.
The people are suffering. They are treading water at this point, just to be able to survive.
In Newport Richey, on Pasco County Report.
And I don't think that that's her man. It could be her man, though. I mean, I'm just not seeing it. That could be her man. But I don't think that that's her man. That may. Could that be her daddy? It could be her daddy. You say, Willie, half of these females don't even eat leftovers. That's a fact. Ladies, I just don't be coming out here saying this shit, man. If y'all have not learned, what is y'all doing, though? What is we doing? Let's just say we. What is we doing? Prices been going up. We still ain't learned this shit. Run your behind to the meat store. Go on to the meat store. Say, Willie, poor people is a cash cow for the government. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. All of this stuff is incentivized. It's all incentivized. Yeah. Yep. And the children will remain with these women who cannot feed their children, who cannot financially support their children. I thought that this thing was the best need for the child. And they have been showing us the best it's in the child's best interest to be with a mother who cannot financially support them. And if they have a father who wants to be a father, and a father who is there, a father who have, let's say, even fought for custody, or maybe not even fought for custody, but he's paying a high-ass child support bill. He gets the children every now and then, or every other weekend, or something like that right there. All right, fine. But he wouldn't mind having his children. She's on all type of assistance. He's not on assistance. He pays a big child support. He probably got about 2-3 kids with this lady. He pays a big child support. Yeah. Y'all do know that the courts will not give that man the children. She's on all type of assistance. Don't work nowhere. Boy, I seen it. I seen it happen. Shout out to Jay for the $2 cash out. He said you can stretch a pot of chili for 4 days easy. Facts. And do y'all know that 3 pounds of ground beef is what, like $20-something? How much is 3 pounds of ground beef? You can expect to pay anywhere from $10 to $30 of ground beef. Got to be more careful. All right. Walmart has a $73.27 right now, the 3 pounds for $15.94. $15.94, 3 pounds. Hold up. How much is a 50-pound bag of rice? 50-pound bags of rice. You can get them at Walmart right now for $55 for the 55-pound. Or you can go to Sam's Club, a Members Mark, a low-grain white rice 50-pound bag for $26. Amazon got it for $64. Yeah. But remember, when you buying the 50-pound bags, you just buying that once a month. You know what I'm saying? And you stretch that thing. You listen, use your measuring cups to cook your rice. I promise you will be surprised how long your rice lasts. I came up in the time to where you just did it by eye. You cook rice by eye. And probably about some years ago, I just started to measure rice, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Like, I didn't know. So I went to paying attention to my rice. And I'm like, this rice lasts for so damn long now because I measure. And it's crazy because doing restaurant cooking, you would measure. But at home, come on now. I learned how to cook. I learned how to cook at the crib, though. You know what I'm saying? So at home cooking, I would never measure until I just started to measure. And when I tell y'all my rice lasts so doggone long, which I don't eat a lot of rice, but it just lasted long. And you throw away less. When you measure, you throw away less. With the amount of people that you is feeding, just measure. I'm trying to tell y'all. And shout out to you good people who don't eat leftovers, which is wild to me. It's really, really wild to me. And watch this. Those people who don't eat leftovers will be some of the ones who was complaining about high food prices and not being able to feed their family. You say, do you wash your rice? Yes. That's an old school thing right there. I wash. A lot of times, listen, and a lot of people, we like to buy rice at certain name brands because we don't have to tend to it as much. You know what I'm saying? But when you can buy any grain or any brand of rice and it come out right, you're doing yourself a plus. And the way that people cannot cook any brand of rice or any type of rice is because they do not wash the rice. If you wash the rice, you get all that starch off, and or as a lot of the starch off. Take all that little stuff off. Your rice will cook better. Shout out to Weedy 504 for the $5 super chat. You say I meal prep every day for a week. Went from $100 a week for lunch to $20 a week, saving $80 a week, $320 a month. All we got to do is just take the time out, just like that. Just like that. That's it. There's plenty ways to continue to feed your family. But we have been led to believe that if we cannot feed our children these amount of times a day, that we can't feed our children. That's the craziest shit. I eat one time a day. And sometimes I miss that day. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to die. Listen, if your children don't eat today, they're not going to die. And a lot of y'all need to be coaching your children too, to skip a day, to fast with you. You all need to be fasting as a family. Huh? But no, they don't teach this stuff. They do not teach this stuff. They just teach you, listen, this is the pyramid, and then what you need to be feeding your kids so they can have nutritional balance. Then you wonder why your children's sick. You wonder why your children have all this mucus in their body. Hell, why you got all that mucus in your body? You need to start fasting and need to start changing what you eat. But anyway, hey, you grown, do what you want to do. I ain't need much tripping. Y'all remember, we are streaming live everywhere. Everywhere you want to be. Bam. Y'all hit that thumbs up button as you come on in. As you come on in, hit that doggone button. Share. I hope I'm doing y'all a solid right now. And remember, I'm taking my time today. I'm not finna do all them doggone stories today. That's not what I'm finna do. You say, Willie, now you can get a pizza and wings on your EBT card. If I'm not mistaken, didn't KFC started to accept stamps? If I'm not mistaken, didn't Hardee's started to accept stamps? Which is crazy because there was a time that they would not or could not accept stamps because food stamps did not want to pay for hot meals. Like, people thought that you can go into Publix and pay for hot meals with your stamps. They had stopped that. If I'm not mistaken, they didn't allow it, or it was going on, but then they had done stopped it. So the hot meals you couldn't get. You say for breakfast, eat fruit. You know that they gonna make that complaint of, we is in the food desert and we can't get fresh fruits around here. All right, bam. Food stamps never pay for hot meals, but it was under the table. Yeah. That right there. I remember that right there. Yeah. You can get it, but you know. They have to check. Especially a lot of people would do it in Publix. They would just fix you the meal, but they would make your ticket a non-hot product. For sure. You say, I remember gas stations wouldn't accept food stamps, right? But shout out to all of these places who decided to, hell, that's that government money. We finna go on and get that goddamn government money. You say some states allow it, but most have it restricted. Yeah. The TCA program, only hot meals. Oh, so the temporary cash, but that's the cash part. The temporary now, if you got cash on your card, then yes, you can buy the hot meals. But the food stamp portion, no. He said, I remember my people didn't accept food stamps unless it was double. Yeah. Yeah. You said McDonald's is accepting food stamps now? Got to be more careful. The biggest fast food country in the world, the biggest fast food company in the world is not accepting food. Wow. Fast food was losing profits in the market and the government was losing tax dollars. There you go. Shout out to C-Note for the 499 super chat. He say, Willie, you taught me how to have a backup plan. He say, I got a 50-pound bag of rice and a 50-pound bag of beans. He stays still piling up. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. Tell y'all something that I just know. Listen, I am a hurricane survivor. I am a Hurricane Andrew survivor. We didn't have food like that. The hurricane destroyed even the shit that you had done backed up and saved and stocked up because it destroyed homes. Like your houses was gone. We didn't have food like that. So we didn't eat like that. You know what I'm saying? You eat when you could eat. Until the government came in and giving out meals and all of that fly stuff right there, boxes of supplies, then all right, but then you had to be careful with that and not eat up all the shit like in 1 or 2 days. If the hurricane didn't teach me nothing else, it taught me how to stretch food. Just saying. Trying to help. You say, ever notice how a little bit of meat that Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese have with their meals? Yes. And a lot of us, we didn't even pay attention to the movies. If you pay attention to the movies and when there would be a scene like going into like a Chinese, a Japanese, or Asian restaurant or something, and you see them sitting down eating, they will always have their soup. They will always have a scoop of rice maybe and a bunch of vegetables. That's what you would actually see on the plate. When I mean a scoop of rice, a scoop of rice. But they would have their soups and their veggies over their rice with a little piece of meat. This was pretty much in all movies who showed you inside of the Asian, Chinese, and Korean restaurants. And they were showing this when we were children. Like I be trying to tell y'all, I've been stopped watching movies just to be entertained. I started watching movies paying attention to what's in the movie. Shout out to Deborah for the $2 super chat. He say, 4 breakfast, greens, lunch. Can I eat again later? Oh, yeah. Oh, watermelon for breakfast, greens for lunch. Can I eat again later if you want to? If you want to. Now, listen, I love my watermelons, and I had me some watermelon. Damn, that shit good and cold. I chop mine up, y'all. Got to put that bitch in a bowl. Leave that thing in the Frigidaire. I eat watermelon first thing in the morning. And just to me thinking about the watermelon, I want more watermelon. Just to think about it. I just want some more. And then I'm gonna eat solids. I'm gonna eat some solid food later on, probably about 5:30 or 6 o'clock for dinner. I'm going to have my greens. I'm going to have my leafy greens. Just shout out to Mr. Gino for the $5 cash out. You say late because I was doing fly stuff. That's what's up. Appreciate you being around here. For real, though. Let's go on and get into this right here, y'all. Let's go on and get into this right here. Hold on. Say, Willie, what do you look for when you pick out your watermelons? The yellow bellies. Look at them yellow bellies. Ain't got that yellow belly because I like them sweet. I like all of them, though. I don't like them too super duper sweet, but it got to be sweet. Oh, I love that right there. It had that yellow belly. It may be a little white, but it got to have that little yellow belly on it. But if I can't find one, then I would get one without it. You know. yeah, boy, that yellow belly, it what it is. You say, I don't eat seedless. You say they made in the lab. Oh, yeah. My watermelon, it must have seeds. It must have seeds, or I'm taking it back. I'm not even playing with them. We have a domestic love incident that had them popped off out here in these streets. A domestic love to where we have people in love. We have people in love and making decisions. In love and making decisions. And for some reason, a lot of times we cannot get along. So a lot of times we tend to separate and divide. And I keep trying to tell you, good people, that's not a good idea for you to separate and divide in a loving relationship. You really, really shouldn't. I'm trying to tell y'all, we got to try to find better ways of working it out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Should nobody stay in an unhappy relationship? Well, make your relationship happy. I just thought about this. Do y'all know why I was saying the majority of times our relationships is unhappy? Well, I'm going to tell you. The majority of the time that our relationships is unhappy because we live this thing based on a lie. We're not being honest. We're not being honest with ourselves, and we are not doing what we want to do with who we want to do it with. A lot of us, we don't just want to be with the person that we're with. But if you tell somebody that, then they're not going to rock with you like that. Because we have this expectation of, if you don't just want me, then it's nothing. The person who you may be with really, really may love you and care about you. They just don't want you, though. But we want people to keep it 100. We can't keep it 100. People cannot keep it 100. Fellas, your little la-la can't come tell you that she want to smash something else. You know, she want a side dude, or she want another man, but she still love you though. You know, she can't tell you that and y'all stay together like that. Ladies, it's real that now I will give it to women. There's a small portion of women who will accept a man saying that, but it's difficult for a man to say that when you all have been in a long-term relationship. It's best for people to say it in the beginning. That way, it's a beautiful thing. Relationships do not work because a lot of times, listen, the same goal that if you is a child, let's say that you're 15, and your thought process of a 15-year-old at 15 is what a 15-year-old thought process is supposed to be, I'm guessing. Now just imagine if you're 35, but you have that same thought process, the same mind frame of when you was 15. People would tell you there's something wrong with you because it's thinking the same. You did not grow mentally. You did not grow mentally because you think the same, right? What people don't tell us in relationships is that people grow. People change. People want different things. People want to do different things. And this is why a lot of times when people is together for a long time, they really be sad. They really truly be sad, man. But now a long time is like 2-3 years now. You know what I'm saying? But because things change and we want to do things different, but we wish that we could do those things with the person who we with and enjoy those things, but it's not gonna work because we was raised to lie. We literally was raised to lie. And that's why a lot of times I be thinking, I think I'm jealous of them type of people who is just, what is that thing called? Free-spirited. They just free-spirited, man. just living. I don't care. Just, you want to do it, do it. I'm going to still love you. And you know what I'm saying? Like, oh. And this is why we be separating and divided, because now our thought process, a lot of people never thought that they would be swingers. Say that again. A lot of people never thought that they would be swingers. A lot of people never thought that they would be involved in orgies or threesomes and things like that. That was their thought process. Let's say in 2010, that was their thought process. Shit, it's 2025 now. You like, you know what? I wouldn't mind going to a swingers club. I wouldn't mind having a threesome. I wouldn't mind being a part of an orgy. Back in 2010, you were probably like, I don't see why people smoke reefer. I would never smoke weed. In 2025, you like, you know what? Because now it's different information that has done came out, and you know, I don't think I mind smoking me old joint, relaxing, not stressing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they get bored, and we get bored because we're not honest. Nowadays, you can walk down the street and a man will put two women on his shoulders and they have no problem with this is 2025. Say, Willie, they look at it like it's just something to do. Yeah. Yep. We have a store. A domestic love store out of Maryland. Domestic love store out of Maryland, to where a baby daddy done knocked off his baby mama, and her mama is sad. Her mama he said he would never put his hands on my baby again. Key word. Here we go. We're looking for changes on how to protect victims of domestic violence. How to protect. I just thought about it. You can't protect. If there is a domestic violence victim, that means you couldn't or didn't protect the victim. If they're a victim, the thing has already happened that you would be trying to protect them from. But go ahead. Out for her daughters having a real, that's what's up. Oh, mama too.
The man charged.
Hair tatted up. Now, I'm not saying people with tattoos are bad people. I just like to go on, just point out that people with tattoos, that buddy got a hell of a lot of. How many of y'all like to be strangled? Huh? I'm just keeping it 100. How many of y'all like to be strangled? Put them hands around your throat. That's a turn on. The system keeps putting people back in your neighborhoods. I keep trying to tell y'all that, but y'all will still continue to vote for people who is, what is that thing called? Soft on crime.
His family says Lindsay was enraged because Sharita had moved on from the relationship.
Oh, she had them broke. Women don't believe men because I would guess the majority of men who say this stuff, they don't follow through. So women just believe that, oh man, that's just something that these dudes be saying to try to keep me with them and stuff like that right there. Yeah. But you can't tell women nothing. Hell no. They grown. They can make their own decision. They INDEND. Yeah. Understand that, again, women plus the media have to keep telling women about why they don't put the number for 911 up here.
Call this number that's on your screen, or call the national hotline, or visit the help website, and all of this information.
Y'all do understand why they don't put the 911 number up there? It's because, watch this, they believe everybody on the planet know that you can call 911. They know everybody on the planet understands you can call 911. Just saying.
I can't believe he did this. He told me he would never, ever hurt my daughter.
You got to also understand this right here, sugar. Human beings lie. We lie. But just think about it. By him saying that, He said that he would never do it. So this was before he found out that she was wanting to move on with her relationship. She wanted to move on without him. He said that he would never do what he had done did before she decided to make her decision.
I can't believe he did this. He told me he would never, ever hurt my daughter.
Jorice McCotter is stunned by the loss of her daughter, Sharita Criswell. She allegedly died at the hands of the man she was trying to get away from.
Ooh, look at her, what I call it? Her representative photo. It is so cute. You say, Willie, you call 911 in the DMV. You say they're not coming. They're not coming around there? Y'all got to call them and say certain things then. I think that y'all just got to say certain things. They got a child. Oh, they sex trafficking. They sex trafficking. I think that they're going to come around there then.
Lindsay was charged last month with assault, strangling Criswell, and was released to home detention. McCotter recalled a conversation she had with Lindsay days before the murder.
Don't ever put your hands on my daughter again, or we're going to have a problem.
Y'all ain't going to do ish. Let me explain something to y'all. You cannot stop somebody from putting their hands on your loved ones because you won't be there when they put hands on your loved one. Just trying to help. You cannot stop somebody's emotions when they get emotional. A lot of times, all we have to do is shut our mouths and we won't have hands placed on them. I would have never believed him when he said that. For you all to believe that somebody who just had done something would never do it again, and you 100% believe it, says a lot about you and what you have experienced and seen in life, and actually paid attention to in life. Now, is there a possibility that the person, they will not do it again? Oh yeah. It sure enough is. It's always possible. But one thing that I will not do is believe that you would never do it again. I can't. I believe that you would do it again. I can move on, but I still will believe that, yeah, you'll do that again. Now, whether you do it or not, then that's still on you. And that's because I've been on earth a good little minute. I've been through some things. I've been paying attention, and I've really been paying attention to other people's lives too. We say shit, and I understand that human beings are liars.
In Lindsay's apartment in Landover Saturday afternoon. He's now facing murder charges. He and Criswell had been in a relationship for 10 years, had 2 daughters together, but family members say she had found someone new.
Family members say she found someone new. They had been in a relationship. Now, mind you, he went to jail back in June for placing hands on and choking that baby out. I want y'all to think about this right here. Do y'all think that she had found somebody new and that's why he had done choked her out then? Or do y'all think that he found out that she found somebody new and that's why he killed her? I think that they had got into some a argument, a little spat, and choked out and all that fly shit right there. I think that was due to a argument. I think the killing, he found out that she got somebody else and she smashing somebody else. She done gave that thing up to somebody. Oh, Jesus.
2 daughters together, but family members say she had found someone new.
She did try to get away, but it was not in time. It was too late. Please find a way to get away.
Witnesses told investigators they heard the couple arguing before the shots were fired. Criswell's body was found in the apartment on Stretford Way. A gun was recovered. County Executive Aisha Brayboy made clear that the state's attorney's office fought for Lindsay to remain behind bars on those assault charges, but he was released on home detention.
I believe that if this defendant were locked up, this victim would still be here.
That's what you believe? Y'all gonna stop listening to these chicks. Y'all gonna stop listening to these chicks. She believed that if he was locked up, that this would have not happened. I want y'all to understand. I believe that he knocked her off because he found out that she had somebody else. So if he was locked up, whenever he would have got out, he was going to come around there by some straightening. He was going to come around there by some straightening. I want you to understand, that was his woman for 10 years. Teacher. You think that even if they would have hold him for 6 months, that when he got out and she smashing something else, is that he wasn't going to snap? Come on, dog.
Were locked up, this victim would still be here.
Yes, the victim would still be here today. She absolutely correct. Today. If he was locked up, that means he couldn't have been around.
Criswell, described by family as a makeup artist and loving mother, is the 10th domestic violence victim in the county so far this year.
You call, you get help. It could save your life. And I wish I was there to try to save my daughter's life. But she's gone now.
Officials say there is help for those who are in violent relationships through the Family Justice Center.
Please, if you are a victim of domestic violence, don't stay. Don't stay. It does not get better. It only gets worse.
In Upper Marlboro, Darcy Spencer, News 4.
Well, we can't say that it don't get better and it only gets worse, because for some reason there's people who has been in these domestic love relationships for a long, long time, and they is really like enjoying themselves sometimes. People is taking trips and everything, and they is in a domestic love relationship. People still going out partying in the club and shit like that right there. You know what I'm saying? They going to the family reunion and the barbecues and stuff. They on cruise and shit, all in domestic love relationships. So they having some fun. Not all, not all, not all.
As a reminder, there is help. If you or someone you know has been a victim of domestic violence, you can call the 24/7 National Domestic Violence Hotline. The number is there on your screen, 1-800-79...
1-800-799-7233 if you need help. If you can't remember that number, just go on, dial 911. It's just simple. It's really, really simple. But because I know that y'all still want to be in the relationships, I say be strong. Be strong and fight through it. Be strong and hell. Fight for what you chose. Fight for what you chose. Don't let that person leave. Don't let that person leave. No, man. You love that person. If y'all just not coming on in, we also screaming everywhere. We screaming everywhere. What is that? The purple, the blue, and the purple, green, and the blue. We everywhere. We everywhere out here in these streets, man. Like, share. Hold up, swole up. Bam. Let me get that there. Make sure everybody is over there. Thank y'all for being where y'all at. I appreciate that right there. We need some more thumbs up. Is we over 200 yet? We at the 198. We at the 198. Can we hit 200 with the thumbs up? Write the number down, ladies. Take a picture. You know what I'm saying? If you can't remember 911, you call the hotline then. You can't remember the number to 911. Just go ahead on and call that hotline then. Listen. We have a family out of Cincinnati. They said the streets just grabbed them. We got a 14-year-old dead. 14-year-old dead in Cincinnati. They say the streets just grabbed him. I think that's what his grandmama say. Here we go.
In less than 24 hours, leaves 2 teens injured and 1 dead. A 14-year-old boy is the city's latest victim of gun violence. He was killed in Avondale.
And tonight we're learning more from his family. I'm told his mother tried to get him to go home, and he was shot while in the streets with his friends.
A once happy kid.
It's like the street just grabbed him.
That's how Patricia Haley describes her great-nephew, Tyquan Jones Alexander, as she looks for photos of him.
The streets just the devil.
The 14-year-old was shot around 1:30 Monday morning near Hutchins Avenue and Reading Road in Avondale.
Around 1:30 Monday morning, 14-year-old gets shot in the streets.
Haley says the boy was out with friends.
His friends
that left him there. They ran away. Instead, he died by himself. And that's not fair. It's not.
She says
Shout out for having a real.
his mother tried to get him to come home.
Obviously, when people see this story, a lot of people will say, well, where were his parents when this?
That will always be a good question. They say the mother tried to get him to come home. 14 years old, 1:30 in the morning, outside. Mama tried to get him to come home.
This happened.
And she was here. She was here waiting on him. Then she got that call, you know? And that's the worst part of it. That was her only son. Her only son. And he's gone.
His older sister says Taekwon died just weeks before his 15th birthday on August 18th.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I never thought I would be losing my only little brother.
The 14-year-old
My only little brother, and she's tall too with her bonnet on national television. But go
girl's
ahead.
death comes within 24 hours of another shooting that injured a 15 and 16-year-old in the West End. Cincinnati police say the victims were shot near Lynn and Chestnut Streets around 2:30 Sunday morning. Police say the 16-year-old's injuries are serious, while the 15-year-old's injuries were not life-threatening. Haley says teens having easy access to guns is fueling the problem.
You know, and who's ever supplying them, giving them guns you don't have to pay for, and all that. It's crazy. Stay close to your kids. Stay close to them because this is a mean, mean world out here. And the next person is not going to care about your child like you do.
She says more needs to be done to keep guns out of teens' hands.
We're not going to have a generation of nothing because they're going to be dead. You know, and these young boys, they have nothing to do, nowhere to go. They don't have mentors or nothing. They're just out here just to be out here.
You say these young boys ain't got nothing to do. So they out here robbing, stealing, and killing. Nothing to do. They don't have mentors or nothing.
Don't have mentors or nothing. They're just, these young boys, they have nothing to do, nowhere to go. They don't have mentors or nothing.
Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no mentors or nothing. She ain't say they ain't got no daddies. All they need is daddies. Or, you know, it'll really, really help to have some daddies and fathers in the household. We and she still refuse to call it what it is.
They're just out here just to be out here, you know, when they should be doing something positive, but they're not.
Now, if you have any information about
Afraid to call it for what it is, and there's just gonna be more and more of you good mothers, people in y'all family crying and shit because your loved one just had died because you all refuse to call it what it is. Place blame where it needs to go.
Taekwon Jones Alexander's death at just 14 years old is sending shockwaves through his friends and family. The grief only really explainable through a mother who just lost her only son.
We ain't supposed to be here. We all we got. We all we got. Be right here, right now. We ain't supposed to be right here.
This mom surrounded by...
Back it up. Back it up. The mother is the one who was in the red, in case y'all didn't know. I had to back it up the first time to see, well, who in the hell talking? But death waiting to happen, death waiting to happen, death waiting to happen. We got to get the weight off.
Be here. We all we got. We all we got. Be right here, right now. We ain't supposed to be right here.
This mom surrounded by family, mourning the loss as someone shot and killed Taekwon early Monday morning on Hutchins Avenue.
Why him?
Ty's auntie, Tawana Crawford, says that he loved football, loved to laugh, and...
The smile will get you. He come in the room, everybody know everybody.
And now candles, lit in the rain, sit on the spot he lay after being shot. Is this a call that something needs to change?
Yes. We need more men out here directing these young men, young black or white men, for a job.
Now I like what she was just saying right there. Say we need more men. We need more men. She almost said exactly what they need, but damn it. I was hoping that she said, we need more fathers. We need more daddies. That would sound better, but at least she pointed out men.
Yes, we need more men out here directing these young men, young black or white men.
Say black or white men. We don't give a damn. It just need a man out here. The kids just need a man, baby.
For a job.
While Tawana called for institutional change.
Real we promise tomorrow.
Why is that considered institutional change? Well, is that institutional change? Institutional. Let me make sure I'm getting the word right. Institutional definition. Of, in, or like an institution or institution. Express or organize in a form of institution. Ineligible, distasteful, some organization. Oh, so that's what he called. He called for institutional. Oh, all right. Accepted, orthodox, established. All right, bam. She called. Okay, I got it. She calls for institutional change is what Buddy had done said. Institution is organized, established, accepted, routine. Yeah. Conventional. That's what a man brings. He said the right word. Got to be more careful. Go ahead, Pimp.
Change.
Real we promise tomorrow.
Tammy Chappelle, another aunt, called for the young people gathering here to learn from what happened.
They look like thugs. Can we call it what it is, though? Why do we have to look thuggish? Why is our young boys looking thuggish? Well, they raised by their mammies, and their mammies don't care how they look and how they present themselves. Yeah, structure, rules, and order. That's why children need men. Daddies.
Chappelle, another aunt, called for the young people gathering here to learn from what happened.
When they say come home, ain't nothing out here but kids in jail.
As the crowd released balloons to the heavens.
1, 2, 3, call everybody!
Tammy wanted everyone to put the guns down. Tawana wanted justice.
If you know what happened to my nephew, please come forward. If you can't talk to us, go to the police station and just tell them what you did. You know you ain't doing nothing right, because he's eating you up in 7.
In Avondale, I'm Sean Delancey, WCPO 9 News.
Say everybody is obese. Everybody is obese. Now, this was this lady's only son. She didn't have multiple children. She just had the one, which was a good thing. You just had one. I think, hell, you can do what you want to do when you as an adult. You can live the way that you want to live. You can be obese. You can be non-obese. You can be whatever you want to. But a lot of times, typically with obese parents, we tend to have obese children. We really, really do. Now, I think that there's charges that need to be brought up on parents who have obese children. I really, really do believe that, because you're really not paying attention to the child. You're not paying attention to that child's health. You're really, really not. But this is really like a bad example here. This is one man here, and I'm seeing the rest is like teens.
Not called for institutional change.
Real we promise tomorrow.
Tammy Chappelle, another aunt, called for the young people gathering here.
Look, all of them. She is trying to get that picture. Everybody come on in so we can get this one picture, so y'all can have this to remember. Because as each one of y'all die, we can go ahead on and point back to this picture. Because a lot of them, they're not going to make it. I would say more than half of them is not going to make it to 20. Just saying. I don't believe so. I truly don't believe it. But decisions. That boy was outside 1:30 in the morning, bitch. 1:30 in the morning, and people would not blame the mama. People ain't gonna blame the mama. Hell no. Hold up. Let me see some comment section. Let's see what we got. You are all in my thoughts and prayers. Oh, sad. Say my condolences to the family and friends. He say, well, parents, what are you gonna do? Good question. Say a call for justice out at 1:30 in the morning. His destiny. Please, you didn't give a shit about him. Ooh, he called out the mama right there. And or the family. You want change, then get up and teach your children about Jesus Christ and what he did for us. That's what's up. It might bring change. It might bring change to teach these killers about Jesus Christ. It just may happen. Let's look at this other comment section. What's a 14-year-old doing out at 2 o'clock in the morning? Facts. Well, 1:30. Well, was still outside at 2 o'clock in the morning because he got shot or killed at 1:30, and the body still had to lay on the ground, and it was past 30 minutes. Anyway, you say, what the hell was he doing outside at 1:30 in the morning? And he's 14. Say unacceptable. You say people don't understand kids. Kids should not be outside in the streets at that time of night. That's a fact. They say if you let the streets raise your kids, this is what you get. You say parents are to blame. Shout out to all these people right here. They is doing a good job. You say bad parenting. Go get your kids. You say stop blaming the streets, because that's what she had done said earlier. The auntie or something like that. Stop blaming the streets for your goddamn children. You say his home and his family are to blame. Yeah. 1:30 a.m. No great loss. Black Lives Matter. Say culture. Memphis. Man. Shout out to them people who is not or who did not give the mother sympathy and empathy. Shout out to them people. Yeah, I said if I had on the back, y'all have made over 200. Appreciate that right there. Just shout out to them people, man. People is sick. Dog, listen. I be paying attention. People sick of it, y'all. People sick of people blaming stuff on the system or the community, blaming everybody else except for the mammies. People's tired. They really is. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much. Hold you. I mean, we're about to run out some time around here. Y'all, let's go to Memphis. Oh, was we just in Memphis? That was Memphis, wasn't it? Oh, no, that was Cincinnati. My bad. Y'all hit the like button as y'all come on in. The share button, man. Y'all know how they treating the player around here. Thank y'all for being everywhere, because we is screaming everywhere. We screaming everywhere. Get a refresh on that. Get a refresh on this. Hit that, slide that, do that. Get a refresh on that. Man, thank y'all for being around here, man. I really do appreciate that right there. Remember, subscribe. Share. Say, damn, Willie, stay coming to Memphis. There's a lot going on in Memphis. There's a lot going on right now. I don't know. Is it something in the water? Is it just... They just keep peeing in these babies out there in Memphis. We have a Memphis man who claims that he was bitten by the police. We out here biting people. Us and law enforcement out here biting people, and plans to file a lawsuit. Here we go.
Says his life changed in seconds, and it was all caught on camera. Mario Shaw says he was beaten, bitten, hit several times, and tased in his own front yard. He says a call from his neighbor brought 2 police officers to his home, and now the homeowner plans to sue the police department. ABC 24's Yvonne Cooper shows us what unfolded next and what prompted an internal investigation. It's a story you will only see on ABC 24 News.
The video that we're about to show you is graphic, but Mario Shaw wants you to see it. He told me that he did not have a gun and he didn't threaten the officers. Now he's demanding justice and accountability.
Get up on my yard. Please. I'm on the phone, standing on my front porch requesting for a supervisor to come. That's when I got attacked.
This Ring doorbell footage shows a Memphis police officer run toward this man, grab him, and throw him off of his own porch.
Get out on the ground.
That man is Mario Shaw.
I was treated like an animal in my front porch. I just, it's overwhelming for me.
14 seconds into this video, Shaw is seen struggling with the officer. Another officer runs up and pulls his taser, while the first officer punches Shaw in the back of the head at least 5 times. The video shows the second officer kick Shaw in the back. Then Shaw says one officer bit him.
He took one bite, then he went in for a second bite, and that's when he really, I felt it then. I yelled out. Everybody fire me, yo!
Shaw was treated for his injuries at Regional 1. In July 2020.
Stop. Oh, hell no. Hold on. Buddy right here with the baldy. Well, here, they both got a baldy. He just started biting him?
Then Shaw says one officer bit
He biting him.
him.
He took one.
Allegedly. He biting. Look. He biting him.
Bite. Then he went in.
Why would he bite him, though?
In for a second bite, and that's when he really, I felt it then. I yelled out. Everybody fire me, yo!
Shaw was treated for his injuries at Regional 1. In July 2024, he was then cuffed and booked on 4 charges, including assault on a first responder.
I stayed in jail, I think, about maybe a week, or a little bit over a week, and it was hard for me. I felt that the system had let me down.
But months later, in December, Judge Christian R. Johnson dismissed all charges against Shaw.
He dismissed it because the affidavit stated that I assaulted the officer. And once he saw the video, he noticed that all of it was made up.
Moments before officers arrived at his home, Shaw said that he had an argument with a neighbor whose dog ran onto his yard. One police report states that the 2 men had disagreements in the past because of their dogs, but this time, the neighbor called police. According to the affidavit and a police report, officers Taiwan Brooks and Kevin Shannon came to Shaw's home. The documents state that the officers believe Shaw was possibly armed, meaning they thought he might have a gun, based on a statement that was made from a neighbor. Shaw said that he didn't, and there isn't a gun visible in this video.
They thought he may have a gun, and the officer ran up on him like that?
This footage only shows Shaw holding a phone to his ear. And the police report never mentions that the officers found a gun. The documents state the suspect pulled away from officers when they tried to handcuff him. Then, the suspect started to swing his fist at Officer Brooks, striking him in the face.
Hell nah. Somebody finna get fired.
Get up on my yard.
But it doesn't play out that way in this video. You can see the officer at a distance. Shaw is standing on his front porch. Seconds later, the video shows that officer running towards Shaw before the incident.
Question. I just saw that right there. Why didn't he run back into the house? Now, I know what y'all think, but God damn, Willie, he on his own porch. That man didn't have to run into the house. He saw the police running at him. This is what I'm saying. Like, why? You should have went back in the house. Oh, hold on. I'm not saying that you have to go or he had to go and this is why this happened. But if you see a police officer running at you, wouldn't you think that that's a problem?
You can see the officer at a distance. Shaw is standing on his front porch.
Right here is where his door is. In my opinion, I think that he should have went back in the house once the officer started running to him.
Later, the video shows that officer running towards Shaw before the incident.
I would think that the damn officer got a problem. I would think that the officer crazy as hell. What the hell you gonna run up? Oh, hell no, man. Let me go and unpack in my house. What is we doing?
There are several things not listed in the incident report that you could clearly see happen on video. First, the incident report never mentions that Mario Shaw was kicked, that he was hit in the head multiple times, or that he had several injuries.
That boy rich. He's rich in the future. He's rich in the future.
Memphis police chose not to speak to me on camera, but a spokesperson did answer a few of my questions by email. The statement reads in part, both officers completed the necessary use of force documentation following the event. The officers employed hard hand techniques and less lethal methods to safely take the suspect into custody. We filed an open records request to get a copy of those documents, but that request was denied. Also, the department would not confirm or deny that an officer bit Shaw.
Come on, get out! Get out on the ground!
Nearly 1 year after the incident, Shaw plans to sue the Memphis Police Department.
It destroyed my trust with Memphis Police Department.
He's also advocating for police reform in hopes of preventing another incident like this for him or anyone else.
Don't say you.
Thank God that my voice is finally getting heard, but I would like justice from the mistreatment that I...
Is these two officers a part of that group out of Atlanta? What's the name of the group, the police? Damn it, what was their name out of Atlanta?
Receive. Should nobody have to go through what I experienced?
The Memphis Police Department is standing by those officers, meaning that they are still on the streets and on patrol. In a statement, after reviewing the incident at the
the Scorpion Kings. I think it was the Scorpion King, the Scorpion Group.
Level, it was determined that no disciplinary action was warranted. However, Mr. Shaw placed a telephone complaint with ISB, and the investigation into his allegations is ongoing. I have asked to see the body cam footage showing the arrest, but because Mario Shaw's complaint is still under review, the police department will not release those videos. Back to you.
I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win a lawsuit. Especially, they wrote up the report, which is a legal document. Which is also strange that they are standing behind the officers. That's real strange that they would stand behind the officers knowing that they filled out their paperwork without including everything, and now they have the video to see that they misled their paperwork.
Or deny that an officer bit Shaw.
Come on, get out! Get out on the ground!
They didn't add none of this. I can kind of understand here. I'm not finna add out whooping the shit out of Buddy. Hell no, I ain't finna add that.
Nearly 1 year after the incident, Shaw plans to sue the Memphis Police Department.
That's a shame. He gonna get that paper. Don't even worry about it. Buddy, you took that little whooping. And that was last year. And give you about another year. They gonna within another year, they gonna close it on that. They gonna come on around there and talk to you and ask you for your bank account number. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe. Move right along. I ain't gonna eat much of you. Oh, yeah. All across the country, especially after what happened this weekend. For the 4th of July weekend, it was a bad weekend across the country. And typically dealing in darker hue communities. Sad time. Well, the community members, the people who pay the property taxes, is now getting upset, and now they're fed up with the violence. Let's go around here to Cleveland and see what these folks talking about.
It's not clear if this boarded up window at the Key Bank at the shops at Buckeye is from this past weekend's deadly car meetup, but neighbors say they are concerned for their safety and what this could mean for the community's future. I'm Amy Murray to explain.
How many people have to die before anything is done?
Seated in this room are dozens of concerned residents coming together.
Seated in that room. Hold on. Before we move along, I see one man. This may be a man with the hat on. This may be a man back here. And here's a man here. So that's 4 men that I'm seeing. that I can see that's sitting down in here. 4. The rest of these females.
Together for Council President Blaine Griffin's monthly Ward 6 meeting.
You gotta stop making excuses and start solving things.
This gathering comes just days after this past weekend's deadly car meetup on Buckeye Avenue, among other violent incidents in Cleveland, which led to a total of 3 deaths across the area.
People's lives are at stake here.
Now some say they're worried about how this violence could impact the community's efforts to grow and bring in new development.
They close this place down, we're all gonna be disenfranchised.
Neighbors ask for speed calming measures, with Cleveland Police and Griffin saying they're working to one day get these resources to address these issues.
This is more than just, about me being a council person. It's about me just really caring about our neighborhood and watching, what we need to do in order to improve the lives.
Still, Griffin says it's been a challenging time in the community, from this recent violence to past problems at the Huntington Bank branch on Buckeye Road. For months, we reported on the bank's temporary closure and how the financial institution even considered closing down for good due to crime on and near the bank's property.
When you have a bank in the community says that we finna be out of here. We finna be out of here because y'all fools don't know how to respect banking. That they running up, tearing up. Look. They ran up and just tore the ATM machine at the bank. The bank considered closing. You need banks in the community, right? For your loans and stuff like that, right?
Closing down for good due to crime on and near the bank's property. But Griffin and the community fought to save the bank, which reopened last October, so he says he is prepared to do what's necessary to survive.
I wonder what they did to fight to keep them people there. I really like to know, what did they do, or what did him and them, what did they do to talk them people in the stand? It ain't gonna happen no more. What, we're gonna put like a security guard just out there or something?
Says he is prepared to do what's necessary to survive.
This has been the hot area that we've been trying to invest in, and we won't allow one incident to define us.
We reached out to Key Bank for comment, and a spokesperson said, quote, "We are committed to cooperating with police as they investigate." For News 5, I'm Remy Murray reporting.
It's a shame. It's literally a shame, but we still will not try to change these doggone laws to get people locked up and the parents all involved. Listen, start locking up these parents. Start locking up these doggone parents, and it is going to be a windfall of people paying attention now. We have to make some sacrifices. We got to make some sacrifices in the beginning. We just have to, okay, we done got this child. Let's go around here and arrest the parent. I don't care if they at the job, they at the crib, they at church. Let's go ahead on and arrest them. Arrest them and give them a bond. I mean, just arrest them. Listen, all of that little yip stuff, slide up on them and arrest them. I'm telling you why we need to do it like that right there. Because these same people is now going to run to social media. They came to my job. They arrested my child because what my child had done did. They came to my job embarrassing me and all that. They is going to go to social media. And then it's just going to wake people up now. Because other people will now get to see, oh, damn. So if your child do such and such, they coming after you no matter where you at. They are going to blame the parent. I got to watch my kids now. You say, Willie, I bet if they say where is the father's at, all hell will break loose with these mamas. Yep. The one thing is, we support or people support single mothers, and this is the biggest problem. This is the biggest problem. You say all stars at home. People, raise your kids right. Don't blame the police. Be mad at be mad at the DAs who don't prosecute or plea down or judges giving no cash bonds. You say, haven't heard from Mayor Urkel on these recent car meetups, Metro Park shootings, and firework block parties. Scott Adams warned you, these people can't be helped, so stay away from them. The usual suspects, 13% equals 90% of crimes. The fatigue is real. You say you couldn't pay me to shop and hang out there. Say total BS. Maybe, just maybe, it's the people. You can't put the blame on the people's actions on the government. You say be smart, move. You say I did to get away from the insanity in Cleveland. That's what's up. Either they can't be saved, or y'all got to change laws out here in these streets and start blaming the people who are supposed to be blamed. But can't tell them nothing. Again, you refuse to say it out loud. You refuse to blame their mammies. The ones who was raising them. When y'all refuse to do that, you get what you get. Listen, man, y'all give us a pat on the back. Y'all done made it to the end of the midday news out here in these streets. We got 224 with the thumbs up. I appreciate y'all for rocking with the player. Appreciate y'all for coming on in. Y'all come and check on your peoples later on. He say 5 hours later, maybe for me, I'm sleepy. That's what's up. See you then. See you in 5 hours. We supposed to be coming on back at 7 o'clock for the Nightly News Show. Listen, I hope that you all is enjoying the midday news shows because they would not last long. They would not last forever is what I want to tell y'all. Not last forever. So I hope that you good people be entertained and y'all share and tell people about the player. Like. Put it to your social medias. Players, prostate cancer awareness around here at the Willie Williams Show. Say it's just a finger. So your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. Mess around and lose your little la-la or your life. It's your choice. You make the call. Your body, your booty. I am here to help. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm Mills. I really do appreciate y'all for rocking with the player. Y'all please make sure that y'all go to everything that the player got going on, and thank y'all for being around summer everywhere because we are live everywhere. Thank y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Did I tell y'all prostate cancer awareness? Say it's just a finger. Your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. Mess around and lose your la-la or your life. It's your choice. You make the call. Your body, your booty. I am here to help. Yes, I am. You say, did you see the one where the guys was doing donuts and ran over and killed the guy? They had to jack up the car to get him out. I think somebody sent me that on Instagram too. I saw one to where they were bagging up over a dude's neck or something. I'm like, damn, that's bad out there. And people, they still go to the meetups and still be in the car's way. They still be in the car way. Them cars be spinning and shit like that right there. For some reason, they in the car way. I don't understand how this continue to happen, but it continue to happen even though these same people who was out there getting injured has watched other videos of street meetups to where people getting injured. Right? It's cute until it ain't. Yeah. For real though. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking, man. I'm gonna see y'all later. Thank y'all, and y'all please remember check out the standalone videos.